Hi guys, Mr. Mustafa here. Right, so I found this paper on the BSEB website, which is the Advanced Maths Option paper, and some very interesting questions out here, guys. So let us get straight into this paper here. So the first question we are looking at, right, so question number 1. Right, so question number 1 asks for the value of the angle 80 degrees in radians. So remember, this is the radians, this is the degrees, pi is 180 degrees. So x, we are solving for the value of the angle 80 degrees in radians. So under radians we put x, and 80 degrees goes under degrees. We make an equation and we solve. So cross multiply and solve. So 180x is equal to 80 pi. You can take out the zeros on both sides, right? So x is equal to 8 divided by 18, which is 4/9 pi. So your correct solution will be just C. Let us look at question 2. Right. So question 2, guys, we're looking at pi radians is equal to how many right angles? So remember, pi is 180 degrees. This is the radians. This is the degrees. It's basically a theoretical questions. So 180 degrees will give you 2 times 90 degrees. So what we have? 2 right angles. Remember, 2 right angles. So the answer will be B. Right. Let us look at question 3, guys. Question 3. Right, so question number 3. Sine squared theta plus cos squared theta is a theoretical question that is equal to 1. Question number 4. Question number 4, in which quadrant does 470 degrees lie? So which quadrant 470 degrees lie? Remember, we need to subtract one revolution. In other words, if we go, this is 360 degrees, 90 degrees, so that will make it 450. A further 90, that will give you 450 degrees. We need to go 470, so 20 degrees more, which will end up in the second quadrant. So correct solution is B. Number 5. Question number 5. The value of pi over 9 radians in degrees is, so use this formula here. Pi is equal to 180 degrees. So we want to know pi over 9 is x in degrees. So if we cross multiply, we have pi x is equal to 180 into pi over 9. So the pi's disappear on both sides. 180 divided by 9 is 20 degrees. So guys, pi over 9 in degrees is equal to 20. Correct solution is B. Right. Let us look at question number 6. The abscissa of the points 6 and 15. What is abscissa? So we have x and y. So the x value is called the abscissa. Right. And the y value is called the mantissa. Right. So what we're looking at is the x value, abscissa of the point, which is 6 and 15. Will just be 6. So let's look at question 7, guys. Right. So question 7, looking at the expansion for cos A plus B. Cos A plus B will be cos A cos B minus opposite sign, sine A sine B. So cos A cos B. This is another theoretical question, theory question. Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Answer should be B. Question number 8. Right, interesting question. Another theory question, guys. So in which quadrant does theta lie? In which quadrant does theta lie such that cosec theta is positive and cot is negative? So if I draw my quadrant, so in this quadrant, in the fourth quadrant, cos and sec are positive. This is all positive. This is where sine and cosec. This is the second quadrant, first quadrant, fourth quadrant, and this is tan and cot, third quadrant. Right. So where is cosec positive? Cosec is positive in the fourth quadrant and in the first quadrant, and cot is negative in the, remember only cot is positive, yeah? So cot is negative in this quadrant and this quadrant. So you're looking at most number of possibilities, intersections. So the correct solution should be where cosec is positive and cot is negative. The only quadrant that's possible is in the second. So the answer should be B. Let us look at question 9, guys. Sine theta is equal to 3 over 15. Sorry, sine theta is equal to 3 over 5. If sine theta is equal to 3 over 5, then the value of tan theta is, simple question. Draw your triangle. Opposite is 3, hypotenuse is 5. This is theta. You can see opposite of hypotenuse, which is sine theta. And the value of tan theta, remember this is adjacent, which is 4. Square root of 5 squared minus 3 squared. To find the adjacent, it is 5 squared minus 3 squared, which is equal to square root of 16, which is 4. So tan theta is equal to 3 over 4, opposite over adjacent. 3 over 4, where are you? C. Right, question 10. In question 10, what we have here is A is equal to 45 degrees, B is equal to 60 degrees, then tan A plus B. Right, so guys, there's a formula for tan A plus B. So tan A plus B is equal to tan A plus tan B divided by 1 minus tan A times tan B. Very important to know what are the values of tan 45. So remember tan A is equal to 45 degrees. This is 45 degrees. Tan B, which is 60 degrees, right? This is 45 and 6. So what's tan of 45? So tan of 45 degrees, we'll draw the triangle. 45 degrees here, 1 root 2. Right, and 60 degrees. Remember cos of 60 is half, adjacent 2, that will give you root 3. So tan A, tan of 45 is 1 minus tan B, sorry, plus tan of B, which is tan 60, is root 3 over 1 minus tan A was 1 and B, tan B is root 3. So correct solution should be 1 plus root 3 over 1 minus root 3. 1 plus root 3 over 1 minus root 3 here. Right, the correct solution should be B. Number 11, guys. Cos of pi over 2 plus x. So cos, so this is basically cos of 90 plus x. So cos of pi over 2 plus x is equal to, remember because now we are in the second quadrant, so cos, right, in the second quadrant, this is an easy way to remember the diagram where cos is positive, all positive, sine positive, cos and is co-ratio, cos and is a reciprocal ratio which is positive, which is cos and sec, all positive here. Sine and cosec are positive, tan and cot are positive. So cos of pi by 2, which is in the second quadrant, so negative, it changes into, cos is negative in the second quadrant, pi over 2 plus x, because of the pi over 2, it's a co-ratio reduction, so it will be minus sine x. Correct solution is B. Number 12. If looking at number 12, what we have here is tan of 330 degrees, which is equal to tan, negative tan 30 degrees. In other words, what we have done here is, okay, so tan 360 minus, sorry, let's just do it here. So what we have here is tan of 360 degrees minus 30 degrees. So now we are in the fourth quadrant. Tan is negative, negative tan 30. If you remember what's tan of 30 degrees, let's just go up. I've drawn a triangle for 60 degrees. So you can just see here in the previous question. Oh, sorry. Right, so I'll just do this. So 90 degrees was 30. Right, so tan of 30 is 1 over root 3. So what will get? Negative 1 over root 3. Negative 1 over. Solution is D. 13. Looking at what's sine of 45 times cos of 45. Easy question, guys. Sine of 45 is 1 over root 2. Cos of 45 is 1 over root 2, which is half. B. Number 14. Right, looking at number 14. Distance between the pair of points 6, 4 and 10 and 8 will be 6, 4, 10 and 8. Right, so you can use the distance formula, or you can just draw a nice diagram. 4 and 6 and 4. 6 and 4, let me just estimate here, which is, right, so what we have is 6, that is 6, that is 4. Right, and then 10 and 8. 10 is somewhere around here, and 8 we go up, so that's 10. Right, that is 8. So guys, we are finding the distance between these 2 points. Yeah, very simple. Look at this. It even form a triangle, right? So this is the distance that we can find between the points 6 and 4, 10 and 8, right? So you can see the distance from 6 to 10 is 4, and the distance from 4 to 8 is 4. So this hypotenuse will be square root of 4 squared plus 4 squared, which is the square root of 16 plus 16, 16 plus 16, which is the square root of 32. 32 can be written as square root of 16 times 2, and square root of 16 is 4 root 2. So 4 root 2 should be the answer, which is B. Question number 15. Right, so guys, sec of negative theta. Now sec of negative theta, remember, sec of negative theta, the cast diagram, so we have cos and we have sec here. All this is sine and cosec, tan and cot. Right, so cos of negative theta. So guys, when we go in this direction, in the anti-clockwise direction, we usually have positive theta. If we go in this direction, which will be clockwise direction, we usually have negative theta. So when we say sec of negative theta, we are actually in the fourth quadrant. So what's sec of the sec in the fourth quadrant? It is positive. So solution should just be sec theta. Or alternatively, you can do this. Sec of negative theta is equal to 1 over cos of negative theta, which is in the fourth quadrant. So 1 over cos theta, which is equal to sec theta. Perfect, guys. So the solution should be B. Right. Number 16, tan of 495 degrees. To find tan of 495 degrees, we can just take away one revolution. So take away 360 degrees, so we are left with 10. Okay, so 495 minus 360 degrees, 5 135 degrees. Right, so 135 degrees can be written as tan of 180 minus 45 degrees. Now, which is equal to 10 is now in the second quadrant, so negative tan 45 degrees, and tan of 45 is 1, so minus 1 should be the solution, minus 1. Right, which is B. Question number 17. Right, so guys, what we have here is cos of 75 degrees. So cos of 75 degrees, sorry, I'm doing the Hindi one. Let us do the English one. Cos of 75 degrees, which is equal to 45 degrees plus 30 degrees, which is special angles. So what we have is cos 45, expansion of cos 30 minus sine 45 sine 30 degrees. Cos of 45 is 1 over root 2. Cos of 30 is root 3 over 2 minus sine of 45 is 1 over root 2. Sine 30 is half. You can see we have a common denominator. So root 3 minus 1 over 2 root 2. Root 3 minus 1 over 2 root 2. Direct. The answer is C. Question number 18. Cot of A minus B. Interesting question here, guys. Cot of A minus B. So what we have here, right, question number 19, guys. We have sine of 75 degrees. Sine of 75 degrees minus sine of 15 degrees. So let us solve this. All right, so sine of 75 degrees is sine of 45 plus 50 degrees minus sine of 45 minus 30 degrees. This is for the sine 15. This is 15 degrees, that's 75 degrees, which is equal to sine 45, the expansion for sine 45 plus 30, sine 45 cos 30 plus, the sign remains the same, cos 45 sine 30. Let us expand this at one time so we can have some terms cancelling out. Minus sine 45 cos 30. Remember we're supposed to have, okay, minus cos 45 sine 30. Right. So what we have is basically this term and that term vanishes. Then that and that is 2 cos 45 sine 30 degrees, which is equal to 2. Cos of 45 is 1 over root 2. Sine 30 is half. The half and the 2 cancel out, and the solution is 1 over root 2. Answer is A. Let us look at question 20. 1 minus 2 sine squared theta is equal to, what's 1 minus 2 sine squared theta? That is just cos 2 theta. Solution is C. 21. If sine of 4 over 5, if sine theta equals 4 over 5, then the value of cos 2 theta will be, so let us draw a triangle. Sine of theta is 4 over 5, theta here, 4 over 5, opposite over hypotenuse, adjacent is 3, then value of cos 2 theta. So guys, cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine squared theta, which is equal to 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. Okay, we don't even need to use a triangle. Sine squared theta, which is 4/5 squared 1 minus, remember that is 16 times 2, which is 2 into 16/25. Let's just do the long method. 1 minus 32/25. Now remember this 1 is 25/25, so minus 7/25. Negative 7/25. Question number 22. All right, let us look at question number 22. The distance of the point 2 and 8 from the y-axis is, so from the y-axis, we are starting from the y-axis. All right, 2 and 8. Point is 2 here and 8 there. So this is the coordinate 2 and 8. This is a value 2. And this is 8. So from the y-axis, what's the distance from there to the point? Let's just call it P. This is the y-axis. From the y-axis, what's the distance to the point? Which is 2. Which is 8. Number 23. Question number 23, what we have is sine 63 and cos 60. So we have angles which is 60. Okay, sorry. Let's look at the English one. Sine 63, we have two angles, 63 and 27. So this is just basically, you can see, starts with sine, ends with sine, so it should be an expansion for sine. Sine of 63 degrees plus, look at this, plus 27 degrees. And this is just sine of 90 degrees, which is equal to 1. How is it equal to 1? You can look at the sine graph. All right, there's it here. 0, 90, at 90 is 1. Just getting the graph of y is equal to sine x. All right, that's 180, 270, the value is minus 1, and 360. Answer is 0. Sine of 360 is 0. All right, so that is solved. Let us look at question number, okay, sorry. Your solution is 1. Answer is A. Question number 24. Question number 24, we have sine 45 plus cos 45. So what is sine 45 plus cos 45 is equal to? So sine of 45 is 1 over root 2 plus 1 over root 2, which is 2 over root 2. Looks like we are rationalizing here, guys. Remember 1 plus 1 is 2. Root 2 is the LCD. So rationalize root 2 over root 2, which is equal to 2 root 2 over 2, which is equal to root 2. Solution should be root 2. Right, number 25. Cos 2a, right. We want the answer for cos 2a in terms of tan. So let's see. Cos 2a is equal to